What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy, joined tonight by the man, Brian DeGennaro. How we doing, Brian?
I'm all right, Pat. How are you?
Listen, I can't complain, but I could be doing a little bit better, especially after the Yankees' brutal blunder from last night, but that's all right. Listen, before we do get into it, everyone be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're going live before and after every single Yankees game this season. You guys should know that by now. Tune in once in a while.
Yeah.
But let's kind of focus on this blunder that happened and who we're kind of blaming it on. Before we kind of put the blame on anybody, let's break down the scenario here. So it's the top of the eighth. The Yankees have bases loaded, 2 outs. Gio Urshela is up. Now, he hits a ball to the left fielder, and you would think 2 runs score pretty easily, right? I mean, I was under the assumption 2 runs would score easily, which they should have. But with that, first run scores easily. DJ LeMahieu's the second run. His foot touches the plate, and according to the home plate umpire, Aaron Judge makes the third out at third base before DJ LeMahieu touches home. Now, this is when things get a little bit interesting. I thought, personally, watching it on TV, I thought that he easily got in there, but not according to the home plate umpire. And that's when they gave Boone, apparently, an allotted amount of time to say whether or not he wanted to challenge. Boone had Carlos Mendoza call the replay review team and see whether or not they want to challenge it. And apparently they took too long. So then the umpires just moved on with the decision. Boone didn't challenge, whatever. That leads to Boone getting ejected, whatever. But to be completely honest here, I think that that's a challenge Boone should be making off rip. Like, just based on your gut instinct, it's the 8th inning. Your team would only be down by 1 run if this run does score. You need to be challenging that play to make sure that the right play is called, no?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in this situation, what are you saving your challenge for? It's the 8th inning. The game is on the line. Like, that run is a huge run there. There's a difference between being down 4-2 and 4-3. That's huge.
Yeah.
And you just gotta take a chance at that point.
Yeah, I would have to say, I mean, that's exactly what I would do if I was the Yankees manager in that situation. But with that being said, you also have people on the other side of the argument saying that it's the umpire's fault, right? And obviously you could say that this is a brutal call by the umpires, but we know the umpires are terrible as it is, right? As baseball teams and baseball fans, we would like the umpires to be put in their place after a bad call. And it seems like Aaron Boone just didn't do that, and I think that's kind of what irks me the most. So I can't really put the blame on the umpires here because we already know they're going to mess up all the time.
Well, yeah. I mean, but also you have to remember, like, usually when there's a challenge, the manager will go up and go to the umpires, get their attention, and say, hold on a second, I want to make sure and see if we want to challenge this. And then they give you, I think, 30 seconds to decide whether or not you want to challenge it. But we never did. Boone never did that. The umpires never looked over to see if he was going to do that. So it just seems like everyone screwed up in this situation, and the Yankees got screwed for it.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, the fact that Boone didn't just call that challenge right away, it blows my mind. But then to make things better, on the Aaron Boone side of things, I hate to just come on here and just bash Boone, but like that's not what I'm trying to do. It's just in this situation, it's like you have to make that challenge right away. It's mind-boggling that he didn't. But then to go on the post-game press conference and then say that you felt like you were being bullied by the umpires, come on, Boone. Like, to say that you're being bullied, you just can't. Come on.
It just seems like excuses at this point. I mean, like, where's the Boone that was, going with savages in the box and all that? Like, where's the fire? Where is it? Where did he go?
And it's crazy because even in that same post-game press conference, he said, based on our replay reviews, we thought the run wouldn't have scored anyway.
Which is a lie because we saw the replay. It was clearly safe.
But that's exactly my thing. 1, everyone saw the replay and he was clearly safe. 2, you were livid. You clearly knew that he was safe as well, and they didn't let you challenge it because you were too busy calling the replay room. So that's why you were pissed off, because you knew he was safe as well. So how in the post-game press conference are you going to say that you thought that he was going to be out anyway? It doesn't make sense to me. But kind of looking on the third angle of things here, you have people blaming Aaron Judge for the blunder, which I'm not going to put all the blame on him, but there's no reason he should have been going to third base on that play, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we learned in T-ball never to make the first or the third out at third base, and he made that crucial mistake. And it cost the Yankees not only a run, but they were rallying at that point, momentum swing.
Yeah, and honestly, like, in that position, when that ball's, like, right in front of you like that, there's no, bro. And even if you didn't think you were going to be able to make it, just stand there. Just stand in the middle of second and third just so you don't get out before the
Oh
run
my
scores.
God. Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
It's
It
just do
just
anything possible to make sure that run scores before you get thrown out. And he
yeah.
didn't do that. It
It's
seemed
just
like he thought he was going to be safe.
no, but yeah, of course, and it goes back to all of these issues that we've talked about with the Yankees this year. How they're just lacking in fundamentals. It's the
Yeah.
easy things like fielding, base running that are just not there for this team. It's all about power hitters, and that's it. They have
Yeah.
nothing else.
And don't get me wrong, like I love aggressive base running. And this
Me
was kind of
too.
aggressive base running. But with aggressive base running, you need baseball IQ in order
Yeah,
to know when to utilize the aggressive base running.
exactly.
And this was an example of the team just having poor baseball IQ. Sorry. But if we're kind of putting the blame on one singular avenue here, I think I'm putting the blame on Aaron Boone and the Yankees coaching staff. Just kind of for not right when that play is called and the umpires don't say that, and the umpires say that DJ LeMahieu's not safe at home and he didn't score before the run, before Judge was thrown out at third.
Right,
You
right.
need to be challenging that play right away. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, it
no.
just needs to be happening.
No, it was handled poorly, and I think that that's fair. I don't think there's anyone else to blame anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone screwed up there, but I think Boone screwed up the worst.
Yeah, and I think kind of what's something too important to note here is even if that play is called correctly, I still don't think the Yankees win this game. Just
No,
based on
probably not.
how poorly they played all game, how they couldn't score off Matt Harvey, the
Mhm.
pitching performance, how they pulled Devi Garcia a little bit too early. All around, it was just such an unfortunate game against the Baltimore Orioles that we thought going into it was almost an automatic win, right? And then
Right.
it ends up being one of the toughest losses of the year, which I feel like we say all the time, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I think moving forward, I hope that maybe the Yankees could take this as a stepping stone towards more progress. I don't know. I thought that's what we were gaining from the Cleveland series, that it was kind of a trend in the right direction. And then they head to Baltimore, and then we just feel like we're right back where we were before. So I think now moving forward, these next few games in Baltimore are so important to see how this team moves on, right?
Absolutely crucial. Yeah, this is the time that you have to turn it around because this is the stretch of games where you're playing teams that really aren't that great. These are very winnable games, and you got to be putting your best foot out there. You got to be having competitive games, and you got to be coming out with the win. There's no excuses here.
Yeah, and I mean, overall, looking at this play, it was just a blunder for
Yeah.
everybody. When, like
Mm-hmm.
when we say blunder for everybody, I mean everybody. You look at the umpires, you look at the Yankees dugout, you look at Aaron Boone, you look at Aaron Judge. Everyone just had no idea what they were doing, and just it's little things like this that make Yankee fans lose confidence in this team heading into the postseason. Because if you can't get things right in a game in April against the Orioles, why should the fan base have faith in you guys to beat the Rays in October? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's a fair argument from fans at this point. When you're not losing games because you're going up against better competition, you're losing games because you're lacking the fundamentals. And I could
Absolutely.
understand why fans feel frustration after that. And then when they watch the post-game press conference from answers from their manager, all they hear is, "Well, we think he would have been out anyway," which he was. He was not out. But then also, like you hear your manager saying that he felt like he was being bullied by the umpires. So I understand Yankee fans' frustrations, but I think there are brighter days ahead, right?
I hope so. There's so much potential on this team. How can there not be?
Listen, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully, the Yankees can move on from this brutal situation. Guess we'll
Dude,
wait
I
and
can't.
see. But everyone, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Like I always say, we're going live before and after every single Yankees game this season, good or bad. Come hang out with us. But you guys know the deal. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Peace.